Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode. We're here where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here now to talk about Ubisoft again. Yes, Ubisoft, the company that is now partially owned by Tencent, but might as well be fully owned by Tencent. Let me tell you something about acquisitions and people buying certain places like EA. Sooner or later, you're gonna get devoured by the company that just bought you, or part of you. Just like with Tencent, where they took a part of Ubisoft, they're gonna go whole ham on Ubisoft. And yes, they will change things. Do not, just like with EA, they will change things for Saudi Arabia. It's just how things are, that's just how it is. They want to make sure that you guys make money. They're not going to buy you for $55 billion or this or that and then just say, oh yeah, just do the same thing. That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Who spends $55 billion or much less $100 for something that they don't care whether or not it's useful or not? It doesn't make any sense. So, we're focusing on Ubisoft, where Ubisoft canceled an Assassin's Creed game set in the post-Civil War era. By the way, this would have been very exciting because there's a lot of Civil War enthusiasts out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Civil War enthusiasts out there that like that kind of... There's a lot of them for like World War I and II as well. Featured a black assassin who was formerly a slave. That sounds interesting. Players would fight the emerging KKK. That also sounds very, very interesting. Leadership canceled it after concerns with US political climate and Yasuke backlash. Now, I need you all to listen to me very, very carefully. The leadership didn't cancel this because they thought it was because of the Yasuke backlash. They canceled it because they know they suck at this shit. They literally had an opportunity to focus on Japanese mythos and lore and make something that's related to the Japanese people. They didn't do that. They made some woke garbage game called Assassin's Creed Shadows that had a boring revenge story. That's just plain and simple. It's just the way it is. It was Ghost of Yotei 2. That's what it was. And now, after receiving that, they noticed, the leadership must have noticed one thing and one thing only. We suck at this shit. We do. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong that the leadership was not saying, oh, we just suck at this shit. But I don't think so, man. I think they looked at it and they said, these motherfuckers in the game development team don't know how to make a good story. I firmly believe that they're at that point where they're like, oh shit, we work with Tencent. We don't want another flop. By the way, this is a perfect example of knowing that AC Shadows did actually fail. This is a perfect example that Assassin's Creed Shadows failed. Because why would they say that? Why would they mention that why would they mention the Yasuke backlash? I thought the game succeeded. Or maybe you're a big fucking fat liar. Now, let's say that it's actually true. That the Yasuke backlash is what drove them to the leadership not to do the whole KKK thing with the black assassin. Let's say that. Before we read this source, I just want to speak my piece, and then we'll just go off and read the source, okay? So, the leadership is a fucking moron to think that all the talking points, it's a good show that the leadership was not fully focused on what we were saying about Yasuke. It shows it right here. It says the Yasuke backlash was because there was a black guy in the game. No. The Yasuke backlash was because there was a black guy being focused in a Japanese Assassin's Creed Shadows game. That's why. If you do a Viking Assassin's Creed, give me Vikings. If you do one that's focused on the KKK and the Civil War, give me a black guy. For that, there's always a set person in that area, whether it be in England or Italy. There was a person for that purview. That has always been a thing for Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadows, however, you guys took liberties to change it and spice it up a little bit, and nobody fucking bought that shit. You see what I'm saying? And that was a point where you noticed that the person that they fired or took away the original story of Assassin's Creed Shadows, they realized that that was probably the better choice of Assassin's Creed Shadows story and gameplay. They took that away. They said, no, let's do this random short Japanese bitch with a weak revenge story and a bisexual like fucking black guy. That's what they decided. That was their focal point. They thought they were going to make dollar bills after that. So now they're in this sort of position where they think, oh shit, well, we have to make a white man as the main character in our next Assassin's Creed game. And I'm like, nobody fucking said that. You see what I'm saying? It's at this point where Ubisoft leadership is not listening to us at all. We said we want Assassin's Creed Shadow. We said we want Assassin's Creed. Give us Assassin's Creed. And then you give us Japan, and we're like, oh shit, we're gonna play some Japanese characters. Maybe Hanzo Hattori is gonna teach us, like, you know, the ways of, like, you know, Japan. No, they didn't give us that. They said you're a black slave. That's what they said. And we didn't want that. This person that was obviously not a slave, by the way. And it just goes to show you that they were only scratching, they barely even listened to us. That's what they're telling us. They barely even fucking, they heard somebody say, they saw a couple of memes that were like racist memes, which is kind of funny, by the way. They saw a couple of racist memes and thought that we didn't want black people at all. And you want to know the funny thing about this whole thing is, they already did one where you played as the one guy that with the black guy that was in Black Flag, the Far Cry. I think you played as what's his name? Nope, not him. Nope, not him. That's him, right there. I wanted a better picture of him, but I'll show you right now anyway. Right here. Here you go. There was a game for this black character right here. He was a former slave who freed himself, and there was a short story game where it was about him, you know, escaping slavery. They made one already. Just a snippet, but they made one already. I think it was called Far Cry or something like that. I forgot the name of the game. If somebody could remind me. Aduela? Yeah, Freedom Cry. The DLC Freedom Cry. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was part of Black Flag and then Freedom Cry. Yes. His name is Aduela. Fully embraced Assassin's Creed. His story set a decade after the events of Black Flag and focuses on his efforts to liberate slaves in the Caribbean. That's what it was. And they look at that. No. This is the thing, though. Every time when I think to myself, oh shit, developers are definitely smarter than me, I'm gonna go back and say, I don't think developers are smarter than me. I think they're fully fucking retarded, especially when it comes to EA and Ubisoft. They must have forgotten about DLC for Freedom Cry. I guarantee you they must have forgotten. Either that or these motherfucking leadership people are brand fucking new. And let me tell you, there's always new people coming in and old people getting the fuck out or getting laid off. That's just how it is. My fucking seat almost dropped me out of here. They already made that. Now, of course, we're not going to hear anything from people that were saying, oh shit, you guys are see, people that looked at us saying that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to fail and this is not what we wanted. We were looked at by the shills who said, oh, you guys are racist. And then we all just shrugged it off and said, nah, we're not fucking racist. We just want a good fucking Assassin's Creed displayed in Japan with Japanese characters. And they heard shit from the shills and said, oh, they were racist. Oh, so we're not going to make the KKK game now. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? This is what I'm talking about. They are not listening to fans. EA doesn't listen to fans. Ubisoft doesn't listen to fans. Xbox doesn't listen to fans. It keeps on going over again and again and again. Now let's read this file. Let us read this file. To be honest, the franchise ended in Brotherhood. Let's be honest, Black Flag. Black Flag was good. Okay, let's read this. I kind of like Gamefile. Gamefile is pretty good. It's pretty unbiased. In July of last year, word began to trickle through Ubisoft that an ambitious new installment of the company's top franchise, Assassin's Creed, had been cancelled. The new game would have brought the history-spanning series to one of its most modern settings, the American Civil War, and more so, the construction period that followed in the 1860s and 1870s. You could have added so much. There's a lot going on at that time. You could have added so much to this game. In this, I'm going to continue reading, and then I want to say something after this. In this construction era Assassin's Creed, gamers would play as a black man who has been formerly enslaved in the South and moved west to start a new life. Recruited by the series Assassins, he would return to the South to fight for justice in conflict that would, among other things, see him confront the emergence of the Ku Klux Klan. Return to the South. Interesting. Yeah, that would have been a very interesting story. That would have been really good. By the way, Red Dead Redemption 2 already did this, so I don't know what the fuck they're bitching about. It's like they want a virtue signal, and then out of nowhere, when they have literally a black story to tell, they skeeter off. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? As soon as they want to talk about something that genuinely would make sense, they skeeter off. Because they have nothing to virtue signal about. Well, they could, but you know what I mean? Okay. That's according to interviews with 5 current and former Ubisoft employees who spoke to the Gamefile on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak about the project. Ubisoft did not respond to a request for a comment for this story. The people who were enthusiastic about the game, but were also frustrated by its cancellation, that's probably another person that's gonna make another Expedition 33 game. That's another set of people that are just gonna leave Ubisoft and make their own games, which they perceived as Ubisoft bowing to controversy. They did. They did. And you want to know what's funny about this? Bowing to controversy? They bowed to their own controversy. We didn't make them do it. We didn't make them do it. They set this up. Everybody online, including Mighty Queef, was like, man, this could have been important. And I'm like, shut up, Mighty Queef. What the fuck are you talking about? You called us racist and you labeled us as racist over Yasuke, and they thought we were actually racist. That's what they got it all from. They got it from you guys. The shills. Who didn't buy the game. You see what I'm saying? We said we wanted Japanese setting with Japanese characters in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and you guys labeled us fucking racist, and the leaders listened to your asses, and now they're backing away from this game that could have been interesting. It's your fault. 3 sources told GameFile that word filtered through the company last July that management in Paris had stopped development of the game for 2 reasons: online backlash that sprang to reveal of Yasuke, a historically inspired black samurai, as a protagonist in the company's then upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows, and 2, concern that the political climate in the United States was becoming increasingly tense. The first one was all on the shills, and probably some of the staff that work there, all calling us racist. That was you guys, or the shills. That wasn't us. We just wanted Japan to be Japan, and you gave us that. It's easy. 1, 2, 3. Give us a Japanese game, Japanese setting, Japanese characters. Done. And then 2 was the concern that the political climate in the United States was becoming increasingly tense. This is the most brain dead, dumb shit I've ever fucking heard. Whatever game you have in your head, you fucking make it, regardless of backfire. First of all, this is a fucking lie. This is a fucking lie. In their own headcanon, they think we're in some sort of race war or something. No. It's just dumbass niggas looking at... just dumbass niggas just poking the fucking... It's dumbass niggas and Karens. That's what it is. It's every other normal person in the United States doesn't fucking care about race. It's dumbass niggas, Karens, and simps. Those are the 3 people that think, oh shit, we're out here, oh, they're hanging black people everywhere. And then all the regular people are like, hanging black people? What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking? You want to talk about the political climate? Why don't you just have some random trans person shooting up a fucking church, and one of the kids that survived the church becomes an assassin? That's fucking money. That's fucking money. All his friends die, but that one kid that was in church, he survives, grows up, goes, he attacks the trans people at night. That would have been lit. If you're talking about the political climate right now, that's what it is. Too political in a country, too unstable to make it short. Too political in a country, too unstable to make it short. Nigga, you made video games that were pertaining to not only English people, but also people in Assassin's Creed 3 that was predominantly just all about the US, with George Washington in the game. You literally have money in the bank right now because of Assassin's Creed 3. Go fuck yourself. If you want to do this whole United States bad, but everywhere else in the world is fucking doing great. Meanwhile, Israel and fucking Hamas and crazy shit going on with those fucking weirdos. We got crazy shit going on with New Zealand. They can't fucking make a debate because the fucking Haka people keep on going ooh la ooh. Can't even fucking make a bill because these motherfuckers are loud as fuck every time. We got motherfuckers over in Japan trying to censor people, censor, like, you know, online censorship of Japanese people. I mean, are you gonna do anything related to the UN? Probably fucking not, because you're getting paid by them. I mean, who the fuck are you coming to us like we're the fucking problem, bitch? Go fuck yourself. One source familiar with the game and its cancellation told game. Oh, so just one source? Just one source? Get him the fuck out of here. You know what? The Chinese will do it. I'm sure the Chinese will take care of that person. Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to make a Chinese game because of how the Chinese government treats Taiwanese people, or just in general their own civilians. You gonna do anything on China then? What about the fact that they had slaves? What about that one? You gonna do anything on Saudi Arabia? Oh, they had slaves too. Does US have any slaves? I don't think so. I don't remember any of that. Didn't you make one? Didn't you make a game called Assassin's Creed Mirage? Aren't there slaves in the Assassin's Creed Mirage? In that area? In Assassin's Creed Mirage. Where was it? Assassin's Creed Mirage setting. The Islamic Golden Age. Shut the fuck up over here. Talking about US fucking unstable shit. Islamic Golden Age. We got slaves. US on the KKK Civil War? Civil War? Can't do that. Can't do that. What we need to do is focus on the Islamic Golden Age. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck, shut up and tell your 9-year-old fucking wife to shut the fuck up, okay? Unbelievable. We could have had something good, but the shills of Assassin's Creed Shadows that never bought the game fucked it up. Ubisoft fucked it up, and then this motherfucker down here, that one source, fucked it up. So you know what? Fine. I hope all of Ubisoft gets owned by Chinese, and every single woman that comes out of Ubisoft after they've been entirely engulfed by Tencent, they better be fucking hot. And I hope that these losers that are in leadership now get the fuck out. I'm ready for that.